Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Rosy Fatimah from English Education Department 2019, and in this video I wanna explain about assessing reading. Now, from assessing reading, I especially wanna explain about the genre of assessing reading, and the types of reading. For the first, I explain about the genre of reading. The genre of reading have three genres. Number one, academic reading. Two, job-related reading, and number three, personal reading. First, academic reading. The reading texts are related to the world of education, and these types of reading texts usually consist that are formal in nature, such as like paper, essay, journal, header, dictionary, newspaper, and etc. Number two, job-related reading. Job-related reading texts are related to job work. This type of reading is used to the world of work. So, for example, like emails, agenda, financial documents, and announcements, and etc. For number three, personal reading. Personal reading, reading texts are related to privacy, and this type of reading usually used for personal function. For example, like memo, greeting card, invitation, receipt, and etc. Okay, the types of reading have four types. Number one, perceptions, selective, interactive, and extensive. For number one is perceptive. Perceptive in reading, this type of reading tends to be short and involve attending to the components of larger stretch of discourse, such as letters, words, punctuation marks, and etc. And the types of number two is selective. The types reading in this text focus on the vocabulary and grammar. Number three, interactive. In interactive reading, the reading text focus on the idea and emphasize more on the aspect of meaning. And the last, extensive. Extensive reading, the reading text tends to be longer. Okay, grammatical knowledge consists of three elements. A. Grammatical forms are the structure of a language. Form is about morphology, or how words are formed, and syntax, how words are strung together. Part of them are concerned with the linguistic accuracy of language. B. The grammatical meaning of the forms. Grammatical meaning consists about the literal and intended message that is conveyed by the form. It concerns with the meaningfulness of the language used. C. The last, their pragmatic meaning or use in a given context. The pragmatic or implied meaning results from the appropriate language choices a learner makes in given communicative event. Selected response. Number one, multiple choice task. Number two, discrimination task. Number three, noticing task or consciousness case raising task. The definition of writing assessment refers to the study that contains the theories and practice that guide the evaluation of a writer's performance or potential through a writing task. Okay, genre of writing. Genre of writing have three genres. Number one, academic writing, job-related writing, and personal writing. Number one, academic writing, example like thesis and dissertation, and etc. Number two, job-related writing, example like memo, emails, personal writing, the example like short story or poetry. Speaking skills through 3 assessment. Number 1, self-assessment. Number 2, classroom based assessment. Number 3, performance assessment through examination batteries. Speaking skills. A learner speaks 1 to an interviewer who is the assessor, 2 to an interlocutor, 3 to another learner, 4 to a group of learners, 5 to a tape recorder, and is assessed by one or more assessors. Listening. The micro skills of listening. 1. Discriminate among the different sounds of English. Number 2. Retain chunk of language in short-term memory. 3. Recognize that English stress patterns, intonation, and rhythm. Recognize reduce from of words. And the next one, distinguish word boundaries and core of words, recognize their significance, and then process speech at the different rates of delivery. And the last, process speech containing pauses, errors, corrections, or etc. For the next is macro skills of listening. The macro skills of listening. Number 1, recognize the communicative function of utterances. Number 2, invert situations, participation, and goals using real-world knowledge. Number 3, predict that infer, deduce causes and effects that collection, new give information from difference and situation. Number 4, distinguish between literal and implied